Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone, peace and salutation to the hopeful elect of Israel. Yeah, so I was something had happened. Uh, yeah, this email that I got made me start to look up biometrics and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's an email that I got, and I noticed in this email from we all use this Prism Studio. A lot of brothers use it, but it says, "Hello, thank you for using Naver Prism Live Studio. The following is a current status of Naver Prism Live Studio privacy policy regarding your personal information, according to Article 20-2, notification of details of use of personal information of the Act on Promotion of Information." Now, this ain't the first time this has happened to me this week. Just yesterday, I was on a dating app. You know, I usually get on, and they like are, they won't let you in unless you do a biometrics. And I remember YouTube doing that not too long ago, saying brothers needed to, in order to post like articles or something, you need to do a, basically they record your face and or whatever, and or whatever it might be something. Basically they need your eyelids, your eyes. I don't know. We're gonna look up what biometric means, but I said fuck all that. I don't even need that dating app anyway. I get there's more dating apps. I've never signed up for no biometric shit, and now Prism is saying that we need to sign up for biometrics. So I'm about to leave Prism, okay? Um, but no matter what, they're gonna get your biometrics. I mean, they're recording you all day through your phone already. They already have your biometrics, um, through your television, through all these things. They're constantly watching you. But I wanted to get some streaming video, right? So it's talking about biometrics. It says items of personal information to be collected. We collect personal information for the purpose of providing services in the following cases. All right, so they start tracking you as soon as you sign up, right? Payments, whatever, email, generated information in the course of using services, IP addresses, device information, language, country, etc. Service use records, records of poor use, terminal information, etc., may be automatically generated and collected. Automatically generated and collected. Addresses, device information, language, country, etc. Um, terminal information, where you at, automatically generated. And a lot of these apps that you download, you don't realize it because you constantly just hurry up and push. You know how you hurry up and push. They'll say check this box. Have you read the policy, or have you read? And you don't read it. None of you read the shit. You hurry up and check the motherfucking box. Because I do the same thing. I ain't read it either. But you don't read it. You hurry up and check the box. That's why there's such thing called. Have you read the fine print? The fine print. See, they do that check the box shit because they know you're not going to read it. That's how they're going to implement this MOTB and this digital ID before that. You know what I'm saying? Before the MOTB and things like that. They implement it by knowing you're not going to read the shit, and they just put it right there in your face, and you didn't signed up for it. Like I was watching a video the other day about how the hospitals, they maxing people up. They still pushing that juicy juice, that hokey pokey inside of them, because they just framed it under a new name, a different name. they're very, like the scriptures tell you, that they accomplish a diligent search. Esau is very crafty. He's more subtle. What does that Genesis say about the serpent? Than any beast of the field, man. He's very crafty. And you're not reading what's on that policy, like this shit right here, like I'm about to read you right here. Check this out. It says streaming video, right? It says in the process of streaming your video, your facial and physical features, as well as your voice, may be temporarily processed. However, such data is not stored in our system. Why do they keep on lying? So they're gonna use my biometrics. They're gonna use your biometrics, man. Okay. Purpose of collecting and using personal information. Yeah, anyway, to process payments. No, why you want my facial features, right? Oh, to identify users and prevent illegal use of services. To create statistical data about service use. To It says for a lottery and prize shipment of campaigns and events. To identify users and respond to user submitted inquiries when a user submits. To identify users, yeah. So to notify depending on needs, including important notices, etc., to deliver advertisement information, to comply with data retention obligations and other legal requirements under applicable laws. Yeah, they're under law to take your fucking biometrics. Anyway, so I looked up define biometrics, and it says biometrics is the measurement of statistical analysis of unique physical or behavioral characteristics used to identify and verify a person's identity. These characteristics can include fingerprints, facial patterns, iris scans, and voice, and are used for automated recognition and access control. All right, so automated recognition and access control, iris scans, facial patterns, fingerprints. This is the future. All right, this is the future, and eventually it's all going to lead to that MOTB, because it's all about tracking you, where you are, your carbon footprint, how much you eating, how much you taking a shit, how much you go outside, how much you drive your car, how many hours, how much time you spend in these areas, how much meat do you eat, uh, how much money do you spend, where do you spend the money. They want to track every single thing. Basically, a digital prison. This is a damn prison planet. All right. It says physical biometrics. These are based on the unique biological features of a person's body. Fingerprints, facial recognition, iris and retina scans. Yeah. Good luck with that. They're doing that in China right now. They're doing all these things in a few different countries, not just China. They already got RFID microchips, uh, the MOTB inside of people's hands in places like Sweden, all over the world. People are talking about it. People are doing it. It's just not mandatory yet. People are just doing it for free because of the convenience it brings. Okay, see, everything's moving towards that convenience. Convenience, make everything easier, faster, quicker, more efficient. That's what this, see, America is a business. And any kind of way they're going to try to see. It's all about the products. It's all about making money. America's a consumer nation also. So just like I made the video about the private equity firms and everything, like this is what the world is leading to. 15-minute cities, robot doctors, iris scans, fingerprints everywhere you go, RFID microchip, a dystopian type of future. To where humans will be automated and merge with technology. Okay? MOTB type of shit, that RFID microchip spoken about in Revelations chapter 13. All right? And you should we can go to that real quick. Because that's what this leading to. Your biometrics basically tracking your every move. I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask Perplexity, or should I ask Chat? I'm gonna ask Chat a few questions before we get out of here. I just want to get this scripture real quick because that's the only scripture that's popping up in my mind. Besides, I mean, there's a few. There's a few. This is Revelations 13, and I'll just go straight to the point. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. See, the biometric stuff is going to lead to this. Okay, because this is what this technology, this open AI, these different, like there's videos out now that you wouldn't even notice AI unless you paid attention to their blinking of their eyes and how their mouth moves and the little twitching of the face every once in a while. You wouldn't even know it was AI. But they're going to fix that too. Just like the algorithm finally learned how to say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Oh yeah, it's learning really fast. Sooner or later, you're not going to be able to recognize that it's AI at all. So this is where we're going. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And what's that mark, right? Let's go into that word again. That's what the Lord is requiring, man. We can't help it. What you want us to do about it? Strong's what?
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
It says a stamp and imprinted mark, a mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The followers. So you take this mark, right? Yeah, basically you're following. You're gonna follow this beast straight to destruction. You're gonna go down with this beast, with this system. All right, you take that MOTB. You take that. It's actually an RFID microchip. It says a stamp and then printed mark. It says thing carved. Down here it says thing carved. Well, if you carve something, don't that take? That's a physical thing. If you carve something, and even if you use it with laser, that's still physical. It has to dig into something to carve something out. Carved. Let me see if I can get that word carved. I don't know why I'm doing this. Carved.
Carved.
Of a hard material, cut or engraved to produce an object, design, or inscription. Engraved. What's engraved mean?
Engrave.
to cut or carve a text or design on the surface of a hard object. To carve, to inscribe, to cut, incise, chisel, chase, score, etch, imprint, impress, print, mark. Mark! Look at that! Make a visible impression or a stain on. Oh man, see? Engrave. Let's go back to the other one because it said inscription. What's an inscription?
Inscription.
Words inscribed as on a monument or in a book. That goes into the word grapho, which is basically your data. And they're collecting data like a mug. Etching, epigraph, legend, carving, signature. Yeah, the devil's going to put his signature on you if you take that mark of the beast. All right? So, thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. Let's get this. So it says a stamp and imprinted mark. A mark stamped on the foreheads of the right hand. Okay, it says a mark branded upon horses, thing carved. So this is physical. Charagma. Let's go to the root word of that. And it says charax, right?
Strong's G 5482. Charax. Charax.
Charax. Charax. A pale, a stake, a palisade. You just think about building a tent, right? You gotta use your stakes at the end to hold the ropes and the tent together. You know what I'm saying? Like you push it into the ground, like they push a needle into a body. Okay, so basically the charax is the instrument used. It says so the charax is basically the needle to sharpen to a point. To sharpen to a point. To sharpen to the point, akin to G1125 through the idea of scratching. A palisade military rampart. Let's go to the next one. The root word of charax, right? So the charax is the needle that they push the charagma through. Grapho, going back to charagma. Going to pretty much collecting data, information, biometrics, all types of data, anything you could think of. Your whole phone. Okay. Grapho.
Strong's G 1125. Grapho. Grapho.
It says to write with reference to the form of the letters, to delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material. What do you do with letters? Like when you put letters on something, that means you want it's to be read, right? It's to read. All right. So with these biometrics, through the eye scans and things like that, that's eventually with the fingerprint. You know, somebody can get their fingerprint burnt off or something. Everything gonna eventually lead to them putting it inside you and scanning it inside you. It says to write with reference to the contents of writing. To express in written characters, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. That's my point. To commit to writing things not to be forgotten. To write down, to record. Oh yeah. That's it, bro. To commit to things, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. Things not to be forgotten. Oh yeah, like who you are, right? Like everything, like your hospital records, your blood types, and your anything you can think of. Your how many times you take a walk, your day to day activity, where did you go, what you been doing, who'd you meet. They were recording some of that during the C-19 whenever they was doing the 6 feet apart, and like they did these things like these, like they could tell if you was too close to somebody. They were collecting data the whole time. They were collecting grapho. Data collection is huge. That's all they do all day. Right now, as I'm speaking in this mic, they're collecting data. So things not to be forgotten. The MOTB, okay, RFID microchip. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And we went into that word mark thoroughly, in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, this is coming. This is what all this new technology is all about. All this new convenience, the age of AI, and all these things, technology advancements. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you conform to get this RFID microchip. I think over in different African countries, Bill Gates, he likes to go over there and test all of his medicines and whatever he be. You know how he do. Over there again, and allegedly they're talking about putting chips in babies as soon as they come out of the womb. So be on the lookout for that. Uh, Revelations chapter 12 and 12, man. Let me read this 17, Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So you're not going to be able to do anything without this technology. You're not going to be able to move in society. I think there's videos of even Bill Gates said it, Charles Schwab. He said, you will own nothing and be happy. Okay, because they want to give you that chip, which is going to contain your U.S., your universal basic income. All right, because everybody about to be poor. It's only going to be the extremely poor and the rich, wicked elite. The middle class is getting thrown out of there. All right, you can see it happening. It's happening slowly. We're pretty much in birth pains. The Lord is about to destroy this place, man. So, yeah, but I seen that email, and it went into that how Prism is going to record my biometrics, and I looked up biometrics and thought I'd share it with you. You know, and they said they're going to record my biometrics. Okay, in the process of streaming your video, your facial and physical features as well as your voice may be temporary process. Yeah, okay. Anyway, Hopefully this message was edifying. Hey, we coming into that time, man. Shalom.